Alright, cool.
Yo, shalom, shalom. Alright, pamacho wa panya hakoran ti ya teka ke. Alright. Alright, live na, alahaya na. YAHAWSHI, Alright, once again, shalom, shalom. We'll give double honors, blessed elders, a great millstone. Alright, shalom. Alright, and peace and blessing unto all you Akim out there, teaching truth and sincerity, willingly being fools for Yahweh YAHAWSHI's sake. Alright? So peace and blessings to you brothers, and double blessings to you and your families. Alright? We're the Hebrew Israelites back out here once again. Alright, for this is a Shabbat service. Alright? Or like a mini camp. Alright, so yeah. So we're the Hebrew Israelites back out here once again. Alright? To prophesy the downfall of Esau's kingdom, alright, and bring remembrance to the children of Israel, which consists of so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, alright, to bring it back to our power, which is Yahweh, alright, to our Lord, YAHAWSHI. So it's Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Yahweh means He is, in the Paleo Hebrew tongue, alright, and Bashim means in the name, alright, YAHWSHI means He saves or He delivers, alright. So, Lord willing, at this kid session is edifying unto you Akim out there, you know, and yeah, you know, I kind of want to get into the topic how it started with I think it was started with the Apostle Ramah or Yamla, and it was about how was the title? Let's see. You're not the elect if you're not growing. Right? Because the elect will be growing. You know, and I want to, I want to elaborate on that lesson, you know, a bit more. You know, pretty much our own topic. I mean, our own responsibility to it. But we're going to start with Hebrews. All right, and we're going to get into a certain word in Hebrews the 12th chapter. All right, because it is a very key thing that you always got to continuously grow in this truth. All right, you can't stay stagnant. You know how they say, you know, stagnant waters brew diseases. Alright? It brews diseases. It brews all types of things. Alright? So it has to be constantly moving. That's why it says wisdom shall flow out of that as living water. Yeah. Alright? And lively water is water that constantly moves, just like a river. Alright? So it's constantly moving. You know, when you're in this truth, you have to constantly move. You gotta constantly grow. Alright? And all of us brothers, we all, you know, the one you. If you're a newcomer into the truth, all right, we were just like comments, you know, and he edified me. He gave me the edification, you know, and pretty much exhortation as well. And ever since then, we started coming out constantly, over and over and over again. You know, now we're laboring in other man's labors. All right, so this is not our labor. All right, we didn't begin this. We're just continuing what another man started. All right, and that man started because of the Rosh Hashanah. All right, so yeah, start with Hebrews.
Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1. Wherefore, see, we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses.
And you can see that, you know, it doesn't have to be with just miracles. Coming from a dead state to a lively state, right? I believe it says something like that in Wisdom of Solomon, the third chapter. Third chapter? Might be. Yeah, I think it was the third chapter. State. You have that spirit to come out here, and there's things that's weighing you down, whether it be a sin, whether it be of doubts, whether it be anything. You can remove that. Do what? Fasting and praying. You know, and sin. You know. Sin gets, we're in that grace period, alright? So we shouldn't be weighed down by sins, alright? Us doing this work, it covers a multitude of sins, alright? It covers a multitude of sins. We got to continuously do this work, alright? Because we're fighting the good fight, alright? We're fighting against this flesh. We're warring after this flesh, alright? That's the willing you keep that in the condition of the battle, because Apostle not apostle, elder, what's his name? Elder YAHAWSHI. To be honest, I never knew that was a precept because I heard a lot of brothers mention it. The condition of the battle. It actually mentions that in the Apocrypha. And the condition of the battle is us, you know, us warring after this flesh. Right? That's the condition of the battle. You either lose or you win. You know? And then many of the people that lose are of the world, man. Alright, it is already pre-written that the elect is gonna win. And you know, you're not part of the elect if you're not growing. You know, once again, that title comes at it. You know? You gotta constantly keep growing. That's the condition of the battle. You gotta constantly keep getting back up. It's not you come too far, you know, you coming into this truth. You know, you come too far, drop your sword. You know? Pick up your arms. And this is not carnal arms that I'm talking about. You know, this is spiritual arms. Alright? You're girding up the loin, you're girding up your loins through your mind. Right? Yeah.
And let us run with patience.
But that necessary patience. I always gotta bring that up, you know, because Elder Makahaba, he did a lesson about that. We need that necessary patience, man. It ain't you're gonna do it one day, the next day it's done. No, you gotta continuously do it because that's the condition of the battle. All right, that's the condition of the battle. Until YAHAWSHI comes back, we cannot stop this battle, bro. We can't stop. We gotta keep going. We gotta keep growing. We gotta keep being a lively river. All right, we gotta keep flowing. All right, because YAHAWSHI is refining us as gold is refined. All right, we gotta keep taking that beating. All right, until all the impurities is off of us.
Let us run with patience the race that is set before us.
And this is a race that's set before us. You know, this is why we say, Lord willing, that we're part of that elect. Because we don't know that we're part of the elect. But the elect's road has been set already. The elect's road has been set. It's whether we run on that line. You know how they have track racing, right? You know how they have track racing, right? And everybody's on their own separate line. You got 1, you got 2, you got 3, you got 4, you got all the way to 8. Everybody has to run on their line all the way across the race. Yeah, every man has to bear their own cross. But yeah, so basically everybody. So you gotta run. You gotta run on your line. You gotta, because the elect will run all the way through that line and fulfill it. All right. We don't know that we're part of the elect, but we got to do what the elect will do to be part of the elect. That's what it says. Give diligence to make your call and election sure. Lord willing, that we can also get that up when we start getting into the word that I want to get into in here. I'm not going to spoil it. All right. So I'll wait for you. Yeah, not yet though. Not yet. We're gonna line that up. Yo, you got a Apocrypha? Yeah. Get a.
The second verse 7. But he has a song somewhere.
Yeah, it literally is condition battle. Where is it?
Yeah, it's right here. Right here. But
it says.
Don't miss that.
Look at that. We see soccer foot. We're gonna start. You can start at 56 and go and continue down. See that? See that? Get second Ezra chapter 7 verse 56 all the way down to 59. Alright? Alright, continue whatever you can.
know if you got it.
Shit, it's cold out here, bro.
Chapter what?
Chapter 7, verse 56 and 59.
Second Esdras.
Second Ezra chapter.
Second Esdras, chapter 7, verse 56. All the way to 59. Second Esdras.
Yeah.
Let her know if you got it. Just make a sign. It's Hebrews chapter 12, verse 2. Looking into YAHAWSHI, the author and the finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of the power, Yahweh.
Yeah, so Yahushua, he knew what was at the end. You know, he says that himself though. In one of the chapters of Matthew, he says, "For you know not where ye goeth, but I know where I goeth." And Yahushua knew what the end of the road was going to be. You know, and he's flown through it. You know, he's shown through the Spirit. There's also another. I don't know what book it was, or what chapter, or what verse. I just can't remember. It's talking about how Yahushua. How Yahushua. Can you find it?
No.
Second Ezra chapter 7, verse 56. Alright? 59. Alright, so there's a certain thing that was talking about how Yahushua, he was in our flesh. He was in the flesh like we are. It says like we are, right? But he went through it. He went through it. He went through he knows what we go through. And he went through it. He went through the bruising, he went through, you know, the mind. You know, the heart, our heart. You know, he knows how it is, how the heart can be. You know, but yeah. So Yahushua, he went through that. You know, and that shouldn't, you know, you how do I put this? Your heart, your mind shouldn't be a reason for you not to do this work. It shouldn't be a reason for you to stop growing. It shouldn't be anything like that. You gotta set aside your lusts of the flesh. Lust doesn't have to be sexual. Lust could be anything. Alright? It could be literally any kind of desire. Your hobbies, you wanna put your hobbies over the truth? You wanna put your hobbies over the truth? You can't do that. You gotta because it's gonna halt you from growing. You know, it's like putting a blockage in front of that river. You know, it's gonna crash into it. Though it's moving, it's crashing into it now. You know, you gotta be a lively river. You know, you gotta set it aside. You gotta set it aside. Do your work first. You must always do your work first.
That rock is like an obstacle. When you see how the river just keeps going. No matter what.
It keeps going, and you gotta make sure it keeps going. You know, you gotta make sure that river is still flowing. You put a rock in front of that river, it's gonna go around it. You know, just like Apostle Grandma, he had a picture of saying, "Comfort is a beautiful place, but nothing grows there." That's what that picture is. Comfort is a beautiful place, but nothing grows there, and that's so true.
It's still.
Because you're comfortable, you're not growing from it. Yeah, you got to go through pain to grow. You know. And you know, it says in Ezekiel, in Ecclesiasticus, the 3rd chapter, or the 2nd chapter, one of the two. It says, if thou comest to serve, it says, my son, if thou comest to serve the Lord, prepare thyself for temptation. It warns you. It straight up warns you. But the moment you wake up in the truth, you already signed your contract. You already signed you already made an oath unto YAHAWSHI in you. You know, you can't step out of this. We can't step out of this. None of us, anybody who comes to this truth, we can't step out of it. You know, we brothers, we come out here because we're motivated through the fear of YAHAWSHI. We know what he's going to bring. We know what he's going to bring. We know the death he's going to bring. All right? We know all of this. And we're out here for the reason so that we may not be partakers in that. We desire to be righteous as YAHAWSHI was righteous. We desire to be righteous as Yahweh was righteous. You know? ahead. It's it.
Hebrews chapter 12, verse 3. For consider him that endures such contradictions.
But your mindset should be on how Yahushua was. How Yahushua's mindset was. He says 2 Peter chapter. What was it? 1 Peter chapter 4. It says, for as much then as Yahushua has suffered for us in the flesh, all do yourselves likewise with the same mind. For he that has suffered in the flesh has ceased from sin, that he shall no more live to the rest of his life in the flesh to the lust of men, but to the will of Yahweh. Now, you have to arm yourself likewise with the same mindset of Yahushua. What was the mindset of Yahushua was? He wanted to be on the right hand side of Yahweh, of his Father. You know, and he didn't boast about it. He didn't boast about it. He made it. He put it down with authority that he was going to do it. He said he was going to do it. He's going to do it, just as his Father does it. You know, his Father says promises and words. He makes those actions. He makes those words become actions, man. His words are actions. You know, just as Yahushua says. You know, just like how Yahushua said he said, I leave you now, but I shall come and receive you. He ain't kidding, man. All right, but yeah. So we gotta put our mindset just like Yahushua is. You know, to receive salvation, man. To see the coming of Yahushua. You know, and receive salvation, and so that he can say, "You good and faithful servant, for thou hast labored little." I forgot how exactly it goes. I shall was it? Thou hast labored little, but I shall give you authority over something. But you know, we want to hear Yahushua say that. We want to hear Yahushua say, "Thou good and faithful servant," or "Thou art my friend." You know, we want to go with what Yahushua went through. You know, because this is our reasonable service. That's what reasonable service means. Reasonably means fair. Yahushua put up his life for us. We should do the same for him, bro. We should do the same for him. All right. Yahushua was a flowing river. So should we. You know, we gotta be like Yahushua. All right. Whether men loves you or they look at you, whether men love you or hate you, men are gonna hate you, absolutely. But you know, the only man that's gonna love you is the brothers of the truth. That's all the love you need. You know, once you experience the brotherly love of this, the brothers of the truth, man, shit, you're gonna start comparing it to all the Christianity and the Catholic shit like that. But once you see it and you know. And you experience it, that's true brotherly love, man. I don't know, it's just from our experience. The true brotherly love in this truth, man. But that's beside the point. But yeah, you know.
Chapter 12, verse 3. Consider him that endures such contradictions of sinners.
Consider Yahushua, man. He had, was it? He endured such contradiction of sinners, man. Yahushua went through that. You know? He didn't have his those moments where his mind was going at it. You know? But then he held himself. He kept himself was steadfast and continued to say, if thou wouldest not take this cup away from me, then give me the spirit for me to, you know, to do this. Roughly paraphrasing, you know. Well, roughly saying, more like, you know, and you know, Yahushua, he went through that. You know, though you're gonna go through shit in your life, especially when you're in this truth. You know, you're gonna go through a lot of shit, man. But never, ever, ever leave this faith, man. Never, ever. It says, when thou art brought to the lowest state, cleave onto it, and thou shalt be increased at thy last end. Roughly perfect.
Hebrews chapter 12, verse 3. For consider him that endures such contradiction of sinners against himself, lest be
against himself, bro. Yahushua didn't even commit sin. He said, remember what it says in Isaiah chapter 57? You know, it says that he bruised himself. He died as sinners would. the law and you're righteous and everything like that, you shall receive life. But if you follow not this way, you shall receive death. Yahushua died even though he was righteous. You know? He died willingly. You know? It's our reasonable service, you know, man. And it, you know, this, yeah, continue.
He didn't just became what they say, a martyr. How they say he became more than a legend. He became the king, the savior.
He isn't dying for a cause. He is the cause. Yeah. He is the cause. Us being if we get put to death, we're martyrs because we're dying for Yahawshi's cause.
And the Father is the maker.
Yeah. Shit.
The author.
He's the one who put that cause in place. Yahawshi is just the cause of play. Yahawshi is just the cause of himself. And if we get put to death, we'll be martyrs for the cause that you know Yahawshi has established. But yeah.
Lest ye be weary and faint in your minds.
Yeah. So you know, God, that's why you gotta constantly keep flowing, man. You gotta constantly keep flowing, constantly keep growing, so that you may recognize that. So that you may recognize that you know, that you're being brought to a lower state for a reason, you know, or you're going through shit for a reason, you know. Always keep the faith, man. Always keep the faith. Cleave unto Yahushua, depart not away. Depart not away. Do not back away from the truth, man. Alright? Gotta do what the elect will do. When the elect go through shit and they just give up, they throw the scriptures on the ground, they say fuck it all. Nah, you got too far to die, man. You know, because all that's gonna lead to you just giving up your life. You know, because this scriptures is our life. This work that we have, this faith that we have is our life. This is life. The moment we throw it away, it's the same thing as us going to commit suicide. You know? If you're in this truth, for once that's been in this truth for years, you've come too far to die, man. You come too far to die. Don't drop your arms. You know? And once again, for those that are growing, keep growing. Keep being like lively water. Alright? Constantly keep flowing. Constantly keep building up. You know, every single day, thank Yahushua for staying in for waking up and desiring the truth. You know?
And that's the thing, man.
You should wake up. You should wake up and have the desire to watch videos. You know, constantly keep growing.
And the thing is, like, if one day you wake up and for whatever reason, you just don't wanna deal with anything, watching videos. You just want to do your own thing. Then you know what's going on. You basically going off. You're falling off.
Yeah.
You know. So you got to keep picking yourself up. Watch a video. Create a routine. It's something you like. You know, you got all kinds of personalities attacking you. So you just watch your video. You know, pray.
Don't make it as if the truth is, as if this work is a burden, because this is supposed to be your love. This is supposed to be the thing that you love. This is supposed to be your passion. It's supposed to be if you go into the word passion, you go to the etymology of it. It goes all the way back to Yahushua. It goes all the way back to Yahushua.
It's to be a desirable thing.
Yeah. You know. And does that mean you can't do your hobbies and stuff like that? No, you can still do your hobbies. You just gotta set it aside. Do your work first.
Make it a priority.
Yeah. Make your work a priority. Alright? Do that first. Don't go off to feed your flesh when you haven't fed your spirit. Alright? Or your spirit's gonna wither away and die. You know?
Hebrews chapter 12 verse 4. Ye have not resisted unto blood, striving against sin. And ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children.
And this is an exhortation that this is pretty much what it is. You know, because you know certain brothers have been doing exhortations lately, especially with this kind of subject. You know, don't stop flowing, don't stop building, man. And just because you're going through shit does not give you a reason to fall out of the truth. Alright? Because all you brothers, all of us brothers in this truth, we're going to go through shit. We are absolutely going to go through our shit. Alright? But once again, it doesn't give us a reason to fall off. You know, what was the thing I was going to say? Damn. Yeah.
The Lord doesn't want crybabies.
He doesn't want crybabies. He wants men.
He wants men.
He wants men.
He doesn't want to hear an excuse for not to be in the truth because you're going through this, you're going through that.
Yeah, if a man's a crybaby, they're quite feminine. Alright? Remember what it says? It says that adulterers, I forgot the other one, but it says, and effeminate shall not inherit the kingdom of heaven.
Right. That's,
yeah.
Hebrews chapter 12, verse 5. And ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. For who
you gotta have you have to have the mindset of Job. You know, Job said, Job's wife went like cursed him outside and died because of the things he was going through. It's like, and Job went like, he said, "Thou speakest as a wicked woman would," roughly paraphrasing. And he says, "Shall we not receive good? Shall we not receive good from the Most High, from Yahweh? But shall we not also receive evil?" That's a good mindset.
It's a balance.
That is a good mindset. Yeah, you know, and we're gonna go through shit, man. We are absolutely going to go through shit. All right, we can't get into the kingdom of heaven scot-free. You know, a job that was way easier than what YAHWSHI would do. Yo, YAHWSHI, he still went through worse. It says, "Thou has not struck." What is it? Go up a little bit. You going up? It says, "Ye had not resisted unto blood, striving against sin." We got it slightly easy. We got it slightly easier with what YAHWSHI would do. But we're going through the mental stage. We're going through the mental fortitude. All right. What we're going through right now, we're building a spiritual art. All right.
You know, it's the thing about a righteous man knows, knows when bad things are coming. But a wicked man don't know. A wicked man don't know
because
he's too comfortable, so he don't know what's coming.
You gotta always be on your watch. A watchman, he's always awake. He's always awake. A watchman. You see watchmen go like this. When it's nighttime, the daytime shift is over for that watchman. He goes off to sleep. When it's nighttime, another watchman comes in. All right, and he's doing the night watch. All right, and when the night watch is over, his shift is over, and the day watch comes in. All right, so you know what scripture that reminds me of? It says, "Day unto day utters speech, night after night show of knowledge." It's a cycle. You got brothers over here, all right, and you got brothers on the other side of the damn world watching the videos the brothers over here did in the daytime, and now since it's daytime over there, they're watching the videos. They're watching the videos from the brothers over here, which is nighttime now. You know, now the brothers over here are sleeping.
It's like
when the brothers over there are doing the work.
2 o'clock in the morning, and sometimes sometimes you just can't sleep, and you wake up and you watch a video and you see your brother up in Australia, and it's like afternoon over there.
Yeah, you see it especially on the Saturday. You go like you're doing your you're watching live streams, right? And you watch all the brothers. Any of the brothers from over here. You can't watch all the brothers because there's gonna be so many camp videos. Like on the Saturday, you got my entire feed is just full of red bars saying live here, literally everywhere. You know. And then on the very early morning, you can see the UK. You got the UK brothers, the brothers from the United Kingdom. They're live.
Holland.
And Holland too. Yeah, you got the Death Camp. See, there ain't no escape from doing this work, bro. You got Death Camp, bro. And then at night when all the brothers are when all the brothers are pretty much done over here, you know, you got brothers doing after camp lessons. You got brothers. You got that one brother over there in Australia. You got actually like 2 brothers, I think, 3 over there in Australia. You know, but you know, yeah, shit, bro. You know, you also got live camps over there in Jamaica, man. Yeah, somewhere over there in the Bahamas, Bolivia. You know, there, just like. There's also Mexico too, but I don't have their channel.
This one in Peru, that's South America. You know, Philippines, 15.
Yeah, bro, it's beautiful, man. I mean, it's beautiful to us. It's beautiful to us. To other people, it's just foolishness.
And we scatter. See, it may not look like much when you zoom out, but 144,000. You know, 1/3 it's even as a remnant, it's a good size.
You got a brother over there in Japan. He said that he lives somewhere in Japan. I don't remember. He had commented on Apostle Sahar's video at one point. It was like a few years back. But he said he lives in Japan and he can't do the what you call it. You know, I believe, you know, huge told you just keep increasing in the spirit. Just keep increasing in the spirit. He's got even him. Even though you can't do the work over there, you know, there's things that he can do that apply to him, and that will be life. That will be what? That will be flowing in the spirit. You know, flowing like water. You know, constantly being built up. Gotta keep growing. He's growing over there, man. Shit. Maybe at one point that he can start doing videos himself. You know? But yeah, you know. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if there's any brothers over there in China. And they just can't. You know,
they got China.
It's very strict over there. They can't really do anything. Can't really comment on videos either because they're monitored.
Yeah, internet and everything. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 6. For whom the Lord loveth, he chastiseth and scourgeth every son whom he receives.
Yeah, so you'll have to have that mindset. You know, we're gonna go through shit, and if you've grown enough, you start to realize, or you start to notice even more and more that you're being you know, thrown down, but at times you're also being picked up, and then thrown down and then picked up, and then every time you're picked up, you're growing stronger. Because the next time you grow, you get knocked down, you won't fall on your face. This time you'll fall and you catch yourself with your hands, and you go whah, you know, shit. Oh, you can see like a what's it, Karate Kid? But he keeps getting knocked down. He's like, "What you doing there?" He gets up, gets knocked down again. Gross, like shit. Like, why are you doing this? He gets up, gets knocked down. You know, and then like after training, next time he gets knocked out, he rolls himself back up, doing that kick, that kick fly up thing. You know?
That must be the new one.
I don't know if it was. I'm not sure if it was a Karate Kid, but I remember seeing it. I thought it was Karate Kid, but I guess not. You know.
Hebrews chapter 12, verse 7. If ye endure chastising, YAHAWSHI dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the father chastiseth not?
Hey, shit, bro. What son are you? What son are you if the father doesn't chastise you, man? Because if the father loves his son, right, and the son does something, you know, that father's gonna take the belt on him, right? He's gonna take the belt. It continues in there. It says, "Though it be grievous, you know." It said, was it? No, it's more down there, but you know, it's not joyous. It says though it be not joyous, but grievous. You know, and when you hear your I just can't help, because all I can remember is you, right? It's like you told us to do the trash, right? And the moment we hear footsteps coming up the porch, and we hear, oh, we go like, our heart sinks. So Oh shit, we didn't get to do the check. Oh man, yeah. Just thinking back at it, you know, thinking back at it, man. But it says that if a father loves his son, he, you know, the father is going to chastise his son for what son? What's it? It continues into it's like it just continues.
I'll start it with 7 again. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 7. If ye endure chastising, Yahweh dealeth with you as with sons. For what sons is he whom the Father chastised not? But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons.
Yeah, there you go. You know? For what son is he whom the Father chastised not? You know? And the father loves his, once again, if the father loves his son or loves his child, you know, he's gonna chastise that child. Well, chastity even goes into it as well, you know. But you know, he's gonna whip that child's ass if he does something, you know. But yeah.
Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. Shall we not much rather be?
Reverence is respect. All right, that's like the ultimate form of respect. You know, reverence also goes into fear. You know, because you will fear your father. When you go through, when you do something stupid, right, and the father learns about it, man, you better prepare yourself for his wrath. Like shit.
Fear is like a motivator.
Yeah, fear is a motivator. That's why you know when that's why you know you do something that your father told you to do, because if you don't do it, what will happen? The belt. You don't want the belt, so you're gonna do it. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Us doing this work, man. Our Lord told us. Our Lord told us to do this. All right. And he's coming to bring death. He says weeping and gnashing of teeth, man. We don't want that. That's why we're doing this, man. Alright? We're doing this work for that very same reason. It's the same mindset, bro. Alright? It's also our reasonable service. You know, growing in this truth comes with a lot of things. You know, though ultimately all of those things link together if you think about it. First of all, we do this work because we fear YAHAWSHI. We love YAHAWSHI. It is our reasonable service to do this. You know, it's a lot. Well, it's actually if we love and we. It's like I got hiccups now. If we love and we fear YAHAWSHI. Alright, we don't do this for our own big glory. You know, you have to grow in the truth. You see that? We still haven't we still haven't got to that word yet, and I want to get into that word real quick. You know, before we, I think we're gonna close off. We're gonna go into the conditions of the battle. Autumn represent. You know, tomorrow.
Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live?
Yeah, shit, bro. And it continues to go into it.
For they verily for a few days chastised us.
It's literally for a few days if you think about it. Because when you get older, you start to realize how short your life is. You know, it was like not that long ago that you were young. You know, you were going through that. You know, and now since you went through it, you know, it was only you start to think about it. It was only for a few days, and you already reverenced your fleshy father. You could go there. You know? For a few days.
Hebrews chapter 12, verse 10. For they verily for a few days chastise us after their own pleasure.
To their own pleasure. Why? Because they're just like a blacksmith. You know, yeah, I always put that analogy in here, you know, that YAHAWSHI, Yahweh is like a blacksmith, you know, and he's forging us the way he wants us to be forged. It's the same thing he made fathers to do towards their sons, towards their children. He wants the fathers to forge their children as he pleases.
In other words, break it down more, shaping us to be his image.
Yeah. You know, especially now, man.
You know, and it's on a spiritual level.
Yeah. Especially now because it goes deeper if you read the other Hebrews, because it goes how Moses the law that Moses brought in. It's like, I kept repeating it. The law that Moses brought in was just a shadow of what was to come. It was basically the taste of how YAHAWSHI wanted us to be.
It's a process. Like,
it's a process.
All the way like from Adam. You know, let us make a man in our own image. You know, it's a process.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? Just because in that same sentence, it reminds me of once again how a silver is refined. You know, how would remember how that woman said? She said, asking the refiners, how do you know when the silver is done? He said, when I see my image in the silver. And that's how you know it's done. And that's that process. We're going through that process. But yeah, continue what you're saying.
Offering us.
Yeah, he's watching us. He's watching us. That's where he says the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 brighter. What was it? 10,000 brighter than the sun. You know, beholding all the ways of men. Especially if you go to Ecclesiasticus, I think it's the 18th chapter. You know, it says that my eyes are continually upon them as the sun. That's what he says. And he's referring to who? He's referring to the Israelites. And he said, my eyes are continually upon them. But he said, knowing my workmanship, I shall have mercy upon them. And what does he mean by that? Because he says that every man is given wickedness at his youth. You know? And you know that Yahweh he's watching us as silver is refined. You know? Just like you know, watching and all those impurities are burned off. And that's how he's going to make man in his image, starting with the elect. Well, starting with YAHAWSHI first, and then starting with the elect. YAHAWSHI, he's that forerunner. He's that first one. He's that first refined. And YAHAWSHI showing us the way at how he did it. You know, and now, here we are. Here we are. You know, we're doing this. You know, we're doing this.
It's funny that even the two-thirds that because they're too stiff-necked, they're going to be refined in a hard way. It's going to be like a how the scripture said, "Full of soap."
Yeah, shit. It's like that's why, you know, we made that topic before. It's like we're suffering our afflictions now so that we don't suffer later. We're going through our stuff now that we don't suffer later. Because it says the saints shall know it after death by day. You don't want to be one of them. Shit, you want to suffer now. Alright? So YAHAWSHI can see you and say, my good and faithful son. This is a light burden, man. It's just that people are lazy. People are too comfortable. It's like, I don't know. I think I'm going to be saved like this. Sitting on my couch watching videos all day. And not even growing from it. It's like,
I'm saying the two-thirds, they're going to be broken down to nothing. And they're rebuilt from there.
Yeah.
But he for our profit, that we might be partakers of his holiness.
Yeah, bro. That already speaks for itself. We're going to do it now, so we'll be partakers of his holiness. Alright?
Now, no chastity for the present seeming to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterwards, it yielded the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby.
There you go. Right there. I don't remember this. Can you get into that word? Exercise? So that's the word right there. Exercise. You know how the brothers are talking. Once again, how this topic of this session is about in response to a Pastor Redlock's video. We're not part of the elective, we're not growing. You know, that word exercise is already enough for that lesson. Like, you know, it's just, you know, through the Spirit, I just thought of exercise. You know, if you're exercising, you can't be lazy. When you want to, I'm just speaking more on it. So it says, right here, it says, on the second definition, it says to exercise vigorously. Alright? Vigorously means to what? Without ceasing. Alright? In any way, either the body or the mind. So, Baba Kishar, can you get into the word exercise? The etymology of it. The etymology of exercise. It says, condition of being in active operation, practice, or the sake of training. You know, and it says physical or spiritual exercise. Hey, can you get into one of the synonyms for exercise is moving. Right? We gotta be as lively waters. Right? Gotta constantly keep moving. Gotta constantly keep exercising. You know, because you can't grow muscles by sitting on your ass doing nothing. Alright? You can't grow muscles by doing that. Alright? And it's safe for your mind. Alright? Because you have, you know, the ultimate learning lesson for your mind is experience.
It stresses more. It says keep busy, keep at work, oversee,
busily training. Look at that. Train, exercise, practice, follow, carry into effect.
I say everything past that.
Shit, right? Look at that. Keep away, prevent, contain, and close. Prevent what? Keep away what? Your fleshly desires, bro. Your fleshly lusts.
Contain,
guard. Yo.
Just stay on guard.
Yo. And what's your guard? Your faith. Your faith is what should keep moving you, man. Alright? Oh, damn, that's some deep ass words, man. That would be some
Carrying out in action.
Oh, look at that.
Disciplinary test.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good one right there, shit. Because YAHWSHI, he tasked us with this work, man. So, and we gotta keep throwing at it, man. We gotta keep out work. It says remain diligent to make your calling and election sure. I'm pretty sure one of the synonyms of exercise is diligence. Diligence. You can't, once again, you can't grow muscles if you're sitting on your ass. You gotta constantly, every single day, doing the same thing over and over and over again. Alright?
This is the verb. To employ, put active use of exercise.
It says to make use of, also in regard of to mental or spiritual training. Yo, it says, oh look at it down here. It says also in the late 14th century, in the sense of train, drill, discipline, educate, develop, can develop if you're sitting on your ass by practice. And you know, the one thing that we're gonna elaborate more on this tomorrow. I don't remember what the dot.
We can't even stress this enough.
Yeah, because one of the precepts I want to get into is that we're rehearsing the righteous acts, and rehearsing goes into the same word pretty much. You know, because we're practicing it. We're practicing the righteous acts now. Why? It doesn't mean we're ever going to get it perfect, because we ain't going to get it perfect in this flesh. But we have to put ourselves on guard, because that us doing this puts us on guard. Us continuously practicing and rehearsing the righteous acts puts us on guard for what? Puts us on guard for what? Against the spiritual darkness and the spiritual darkness, right? And wickedness in dark places, right? And in our flesh, all right? Our flesh has its own mindset, man. Our flesh always wants to keep doing what it wants to do. Alright? And that could be anything. Alright? So we gotta arm ourselves likewise with the same mind of YAHAWSHI HaMashiach. Alright? That we shall no more live our life in the flesh to the lusts of men, but to the will of Yahweh. And that should be our mindset. Alright?
This is Mark 12:30. And thou shalt love the Lord thy power with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind, and with all thy strength. And this is the first commandment. So it basically
give your all.
You gotta give your all to
You know
work,
that saying? When somebody says put your effort in, they say give it your all. They say give it your all, and that's what we do. All of that, that's your mind, your body, your everything. That's your everything, bro. That is your everything. Alright? So yeah. So we're gonna close up. Alright? Yeah, imagine what when Yahakura. Man, look at that mood, man. Man, the Shabbat is over, but still, you know, the willing that your brothers had an edifying, alright? Edifying in a blessed Sabbath, alright? So imagine what from Yahakura once again. Alright? Kalayimna, Alahayanawa, Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahashah, Bahashem, Wakaborash. Alright? So once again, give double honor to the elders of Great Millstone and Shalom. Alright? To you brothers out there teaching the truth and sincerity, literally giving it your all, man. Yo, peace and blessings unto you, brothers. And peace and blessings unto your families. Alright? That wholeheartedly and sincerely believe in the names of Yahweh, YAHAWSHI. Alright? So I'm going to end it out, as usual, with the Shemai prayer. So Shemai Yasharada, Yahweh Al-Hayanawa, Yahweh Achad, Advar Shalom Akim. Shit, bro.